So welcome to the Forex Weekly webinar today. I'm Mike Swanson, founder of TradeWest Forex, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit new here. I'm actually going to do a monthly overview of the Informer trading platform. And I decided to do this because we're constantly adding new features to the tool. There's always something new that you might not have realized, and we do a lot of updates. So I wanted to kind of start doing these once a month at least, and going over everything and answering questions that you might have, and getting feedback from you guys. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. But first, for those of you that don't know what it is, what's the Informer tool, the Informer trading platform, I'm going to kind of review some of the things it can do and what it's all about, and then I'm going to open it up and kind of just walk you through the various features that it has. So Informer is an all-in-one trading platform. Okay, so what this means is you can trade all of your MT4 accounts on one platform, and soon we're hoping to have the ability to open it up to NinjaTrader and other trading platforms. So you don't have to be just MetaTrader, but for now it is just MetaTrader, but there's a lot of brokers that support that platform. So you'll be able to trade those without having your MetaTrader platforms up. And then you'll be able to open and close multiple orders between any broker with one click. Okay, so you can have 10 different brokers with 10 different orders and have one click close them all, or open up trades or scale them out. You have a lot of control over that. Then we have built-in money management and lot size calculation, so you can have it automatically determine the lot sizes for, if you have different account balances and positions, and with different currency pairs, it does all of those calculations. We have automatic scaling out built in, and I'll show you that here in a bit. We've got the quote board with email and text alerts, so you can actually set up price alerts. When it hits a certain level, it can pop up on your screen, it can play a sound. You have the option of letting it email you or even text message you. And we've got mirror trading built in. So mirror trading is not only for copying trades from others' accounts, including mine, but it's also for copying your own trades to other accounts. So you can one click, like I say, and trade multiple accounts. And then also it's for helping you take over the money management of systems that you wouldn't otherwise have control over. And we've just recently started introducing charting, which we're about to do an update with. What you have here is custom time frames. So you can, for example, make a 2-minute chart or a 6-hour chart. There's really no limits. And we also have tick-based charts. These are really cool, and I'm going to actually do a training on how to use these once we get this update out. But you can do like a 10-tick chart where every bar is made up of 10 price movements, for example. And those can give you a lot of information about how strong a trend is, or how, getting rid of the flat markets. And then we've got some custom trading tools built in there, and little tabs at the top of the tool that you'll see here in a minute. And so, for example, we have built-in news feed with alerts. So you can tell it, hey, every time a major event's coming out, have it pop up and alert me and let me know so I don't get stuck in unexpected news events. So you've got that built in. That was one of the first things we did for the Informer tool. And then another one that a lot of people are using is the market sentiment indicator. And if you've downloaded the tool, that's probably what you've been using yourself. It's very helpful at seeing where the true support and resistance is at in the market. And then we've got the Risk Hero Money Management. That is a premium feature we've added where you can potentially turn a losing system or losing account into a winning situation by just modifying the money management. And so we've had a lot of lessons on how that all works. You can go back and review some of those. But what I'm going to do for today is I'm just going to hop into the platform, kind of go over everything, and then we're going to go into the Q&A and answer any questions. So let's go ahead, and I'll bring it up here. So what we have is I've got it maximized right now, and so you can see I've got all these tabs along the top. And the first one I forgot to mention is that we have a mailbox. So anytime anything important's coming out, instead of having to find it in your email that's probably crowded with a lot of other things, you can see everything from us in one place. So for example, here was today's message I just sent out. We are doing the webinar today. I mentioned, here it is. You can click the link. It's easy to find. It pops up on your screen. And there you go. And of course, if you don't want the pop-ups, you can go in here to options at the bottom. And there's all kinds of things in here. So just spend some time kind of poking around the platform. I'm going to do my best to cover as much as I can today. But you can see I can turn off notifications. So if I don't want it to pop up when those come out, you can do that. And there's all kinds of settings in here. You can see your mailbox time zone. So if you want to change the time zone of those messages, you can do that here. You can also customize the skin, get a different look and feel, and once you save it, everything else will change. And so anyway, oops, I'm just going to change that back. So anyway, that's the mailbox. Pretty straightforward. You can delete messages, and actually there's where you can turn off the alerts as well. And that's where you'll find all those messages. Then you got the News tab. This News tab is where it's basically coming from Forex Factory, and what we've done is just added some alert functionality, some notifications. So if you click on options when you're on this window, it will bring you to this news alert settings. So let's say every time an event's coming out that I've got listed in here, and I want to be notified maybe an hour before, I can set that up, and it'll pop up and tell me that there's an event coming up. Or maybe then again, a second earlier, I want to tell me 5 minutes before. So just before the event, if I have a trade on, I can hurry and get out. And that's really helpful because sometimes you do forget that there's these major events, or the time creeps up on you and you can get stuck. So that can be a big help. You can tell it to play a sound alert, and you can also click this to tell it to keep going off for however many seconds you specify here. You could put a big number in here and let it just keep going until you come in and close the alert. And this is also where those price alert settings are at, and I'll show you those in a minute here. Okay, but you can filter these down too. You can tell it to show the past events or hide them. You can see if I hide them, there's no more for the week. But you can also change the impact. You can view the Forex Factory details of an event, and that'll take you over to their web page. And if I go back into options here, I think it's in General, and you go to Filters, there's where you can set the news filter. So if you don't care about medium and low, and you only care about certain currencies, you can tell it to filter all those. So now you only see the important ones, and you'll only be notified of those with the alerts. So that's really nice. It's all built in to the tool. And then we've got the VPS tab. We run our own VPS service. We've got a relationship with a very big server company, and we've been running it for several years. And so if you have a VPS with us, you can actually connect to it right from here. If you don't, there's a link that'll be there instead that you can join up. And I think there's some options here. Yeah, you click options on this one. There's a help link to take you over to our page, and there's also this manage, which will log you into the Impress VPS website. Okay, I'm just going to keep cruising here. Next one, market sentiment. Okay, this one you've got the ability to see true support and resistance on the market, made up from order flow, which is the best kind you can find, and you can specify different currencies. We don't have control over this because it's all third-party data here. So as far as the pairs that are listed and the time periods, that's all we've got, and we cannot put price markers on here. We don't have any control over it. It's simply an image. But we are working on our own data source that's going to be it'll be a chart that we can control and manage. But you've got the ability to just click your mouse wheel button to turn on this crosshair, which helps to kind of eyeball where the levels are at. And then you can switch between these different types of market sentiment charts. We pretty much, for us, we stick to the net just to see where the true support and resistance is at. And we've got trainings on that on the blog. You can go back and review. I'm not going to teach you how to use all these things right now. I just kind of want to point out everything. The next tab is going to be the one where we're going to spend the most time on right now because there's so much stuff in here. We've been working hard on it. But you've got the ability to add your trading accounts to the tool. So when you first come in here, you won't have anything added, but you can click on the Add or Edit Account. And we just recently added the ability to create a demo right from Informer. So if you wanted to do that, you can select the broker. Now, of course, if your broker's not listed, just shoot us an email with the SRV file for it. Just say, hey, I need this broker added. Go to your MetaTrader, go to File, and then you go to Output Data folder, and go to Config. And in there, you'll see these files that have SRV. You just email us those, and we get it added. And we're constantly adding, so don't worry. If it's not listed, we can get it added for you. And if you can't figure out what I just told you to do, just send us an email about it, and we can help you out. But anyway, you'll select a broker. It'll list all the demo account servers you can choose from. You select your leverage, select your balance, hit Create. And we're actually going to make a change so it doesn't even have to pop this up. It'll just send it in. But right now, you add a nickname. And then I can hit Login and save on that, and I will have a new demo. And if you have a live account or an existing demo of your own, you just click Add Account, and same type of thing will be there. Just select your broker, put in a nickname, and then you're good to go. Okay, so that's the first thing you'll want to do if you're using the Accounts tab. You'll get an account added in here, and then you'll see a lot of things open up in here. You can see your balances, your equity, you can see the connection statuses. You can see your risk money management settings, and a lot of things. What you need to do is just kind of try right-clicking things because it opens up different menus. Try double-clicking on things. Like you can see here, I double-click on this account, and I can quickly edit the settings. I can edit my my mirror risk settings. So it's good to kind of poke around that way too. To double-click, right-click, and you can see I can place a new order from there. On that account, it brings up these order windows, which I can have multiple order windows up. I can push them over to another monitor, and you can get all of your accounts added in here and then have them all set up with these order windows ready to trade them. Or you can mirror them. You can have one that acts as a master, and then you can just one-click and trade all of the accounts. And the way you do that is you just specify a mirror for the account. So say this test 3 account that I just added, if I wanted to have it copy one of my other accounts, I just select that other account. So let's say I want to have it copy this FXCM test. I just select the account, and then you need to just choose your risk settings. Low means it's going to go lower risk than the account it's copying by 50%. Medium means do the same. High means to increase by 50%. Risk Hero is our premium feature. Have it figure out what to do. Sometimes it will reverse the trade, and if you lose, it ends up winning on this account. And then Custom is you can specify your own percent, and there's some settings in there. So don't worry, if I'm kind of cruising through this stuff too fast. I just kind of want to point it all out, and then you can kind of spend your time reviewing some of the other trainings to learn more about one specific feature. Okay, so once you set that up, you would hit Save, and it would copy the trades and mirror the trades. And a couple other things you can see on this table is when you hover over an account, it gives you a little bit of information about it. So I can see the broker, I can see the leverage that the account has, and whether it's a demo or live account as I hover over each of these. Okay, and then let's see, if you've got Forex 3D, which is copying my trades, you go in here and tell it to copy Forex 3D. It'll ask you if you're sure. Hit Save. Oops, I need to choose my risk tolerance. And then once it connects to that server, it will copy my trades. And so that'll be available if you're part of my Forex 3D program, of course. So that's everything I think in this table. You can, of course, select all these, or select, and it'll show you which ones show up in the Details tab down here. Okay, so if I've got a bunch of trades in the history, let's go back. Let's see here. Oops. Go turn on. If I select all those accounts, all of them will show up in the table below. So if you only want to see certain accounts, you can check them off, and it'll only show those for as far as your open trades and historical trades. Okay, so then this brings me to the next tab now. We've got these couple tabs here for the details of your trades. You can see your open trades, your historical trades. There's a log, and there's performance analysis. So in the open trades, I'm just going to take a trade on that little demo I created. And I'll show you about this order window here too. But I'm just going to go ahead and hit buy so you can see a trade come up in here. So I've got a trade in now, which another thing I should mention is that when you trade through the tool, it's extremely fast because we're bypassing the MetaTrader platform and some of the different flaws that we found in it as far as like it disconnecting after 30 seconds behind in the background. And so when you go to take a trade, it would have to reconnect. With this, it doesn't do that. We stay connected full, the whole time. So anyway, I placed a trade. I hit buy. I got in there. So you can see what the row looks like. Okay, so you can see we've actually got little buttons built into the actual the line on the trade. So for example, with one click, when I'm in profit, I can move my stop loss to break even, or I can tighten it up to a minus 20 pip level, or I can move it to plus 5. The cool part is these are all customizable. If I click options, I can tell it to say, okay, my first button, I want it to be, maybe I want to move it to 5 pips on that one, and the other one moves it to 20. Okay, so now those would change. So it can say, I can move my stop when I'm in profit. I can change it back here and demonstrate with a negative level because we're negative right now. I'll just put this one, let's just do minus 15 or something. So I can click that button and you'll see instantly it just put a stop loss on the trade on that account, 15 pips away. So nice little features for day trading especially. You can really quickly one click and modify a trade. And then over here we got the same type of thing. We got a close button built in. You can close a third, close a half, or close the entire order. And same thing with those. They are customizable. Go to options. You got scale out button 1, scale out button 2. So I could say, okay, I want to make that one just a quarter. Okay. Now, of course, if you've got a lot size that's less than the broker's minimum that you can trade, it will close the entire order. Okay, so if I tried to close a quarter, it worked. But now if I try to close another quarter, the broker, the broker looks like it did take that one. But some brokers will only allow you to close a certain amount of the lot size. And when you do that, it will close the entire order instead. Okay, and then if you wanted to close the entire order, like I say, you would just hit the X. Okay, so let me put on another order and show you some other things. There's also more options on right click. So if you right click an order, you've got the modify order button there where you could just type in a price for the stop and target. You've got scale out. You can just one click, in here and scale out of a trade. You can have it reverse the trade after you close it. Also, let's say you want to do all of your trades, or all the trades that are in profit, or all the trades on that currency. You can one click on those, or click on that, and then with one click you can modify all of your trades to do the same thing. Okay, and then you've got auto scale out. This is a pretty sweet little feature. You can set this up and leave your computer and have it automatically manage your trade for you. So let's say I want it to exit at 10 pips. I can choose pips, or I can specify the price. It lets you flip back and forth. And I could say close me out at 50%, maybe close me out at a quarter of my trade. And then here's another cool thing we added is once it does that, you can tell it to tighten up your stop. So maybe I just want to tighten it up to minus 10. You can either put the price in, the same thing, or you can put the pips in. And then you can put a second level in. You can say, okay, when I get up to 50 pips, maybe close out half at that point, and then move your stop to lock in, say, 10. And then you can even go the other way. When you get to exit 3, this could just be a trailing stop. You can put this back down to say, 20, if it pulls back, and then you could have and you could have it close your entire position at that point. There's the possibilities are endless with this. You can pretty much almost create a trading strategy with this by itself, just using a money management approach of scaling out. And you'd hit save, and it would take over and manage those trades. Okay, and then of course you got a right-click close order if you don't want to use the X, and then a right-click close all orders that will close all the orders it sees in this table. Okay, so that is the open trades table. The history trades is the same thing. You just, of course, don't have those little buttons. One other thing I want to mention is both tables have, when you hover over them, they will tell you the magic number of the trade. That's on the new version we're testing. You'll be able to hover over it. It'll give you the magic number. We had a request for that. The comments for mirroring, we put the mirror account in the comment. I'm sure there's a lot of things I'm probably going to miss today, but I don't want to make it too confusing trying to point out every little tiny thing. So let me just move on to the order window while we got this up, and then I'll come back here and we'll talk about performance analysis. The logs is pretty straightforward. Everything that takes place in your trading goes there. If you open or close or have an error, it'll go in that log, and you'll be able to see all that information. Okay, so now in the order window, you can either access it by right-clicking an account, new order, or you can go to the quote board, and you can right-click new order or even double-click it to bring it up for that pair and that account. All of your accounts and the pairs that you select are in here. Okay, so you can bring up your order windows, and they're pretty straightforward. You got your lot size, you've got a button to scale in. So let's say my lot size I have at 1.0. I can choose to scale in a certain percentage of that, say 50%, and then what it will do is it will take half of my lots that I have here and trade that size. And so instead of changing this every time, you just click your scale button and then take your trade. And then you got pending order. If you don't want to put it in live, you can put a pending order in. You just tell it the price, and then it figures out whether it should be a limit or a stop. So if I put it down here at 10, it says that's a sell stop, or if I'm buying, it's a buy limit. If I put it up at like 30, now it becomes a sell limit, but a buy stop. So it figures out all that little bit of confusion for you. All you have to do to do a pending order is click on or type a price in. And then I'll just do one really quick here. You'll see there's a buy stop now, and it kind of grays it out so you can tell the difference between pending orders and live orders. Okay, and then you've of course got take profit and stop, so you can have those put on instantly with your trade. So I can put 100 pip stop and target in, and there they are instantly on the trade. You've got scaling out, and you can have that same scale out window right there on your order window, so you can access it from like 2 different places. You can put a comment in optionally on a trade. So if you want to have a nice way for a journal or trade log to keep track of things, you could call this strategy 1, or breakout strategy, whatever you want to call it. Breakout 1, doesn't really matter. You can come up with something so if you're losing on certain trades, you can see, well, what strategy was that? Maybe one of your strategies isn't doing so well. So if I hit buy on there, you can see it shows up in the comment as breakout 1. And of course, when that trade gets closed, it will go into the history as breakout 1 as well. Okay, and then right here, this is just selecting your trading account that you want to trade it on, and then this is the pair, of course. So everything else is straightforward. There is one more thing. There is a risk percent money management built in. So you can tell it a certain percentage of the account you want to risk on the trade, and it'll automatically calculate the lot size based on the stop that you put in. So see, if I tell it 10 pips, 2% on this account, let's see, that's a $5,000 account. So it calculated on this particular pair with a 10 pip stop, 0.99 lots will give you a 2% risk. If I want to go 4, there you go, it doubles it up. If I go back to like 1, it calculates the exact lot size. That's really helpful because the math to do that it takes too long if you're trying to trade. Just type in a number here, type in your stop, and it gives you the lot size, and you just hit buy or sell or whatever you want. You're taking the trade direction, whichever way you're going to trade, and there you go. Put in my point 2. Okay, I'm almost done going over everything, and then I'm going to look over at the questions. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions to answer, and we're going to go into that. But just want you to see kind of everything that might be hidden that you didn't know about. That's kind of the goal for today's training. The only other thing we didn't look at here on this table was at the bottom, it sums everything up for you. So you can see your total pip profit, your total profit, all that information at the bottom. And you can also customize these columns. If you right-click a column, you can sort them, you can group them, you can remove the column if you don't want to see it. You have a lot of options on that. And you've also got the show all details. You can uncheck it if you don't want to see all the other information, just to see the basics. Okay, let's move on to the performance analysis. Okay, now this tab allows you to look at the statistics and your equity curves and all of that for all of your accounts. So let's grab one that I've been trading, like say Trade Hero. This is a robot I've got running on this account, and it shows me the equity curve, just like you might see on my FX book, for example. I can change the date range. I can see the start balance, end balance, number of trades, win percent, how much profit it made, the total lots that were traded, the profit factor, which is a little statistic, and then the expectancy, both is in dollars and pips. So it's kind of nice to see all that data. But what's really helpful is when you go to show Risk Hero. See it. Risk Hero is something that would just trade different lot sizes, but take the exact same trades, and it will show you if it can improve it or not. And so you can see your growth. You can see it as a balance chart, and you can see it as profit. There's 3 different charts. So let me show you Risk Hero. If you click Risk Hero, it's going to run a simulation. And we put a lot of work into this to try and get it as close as possible to what it would have done live. And this is a lot different than back testing a strategy, because with this, it's no longer a market condition scenario that can mess things up, because we're not going to change what the trades did. You're going to still take the exact same trade, with the exception of if you're inverting the trade. If it decides to flip it, then it's going to be the same, the same trade taken, just in the opposite direction. So when you close it, it's closed at the same time. But anyway, without getting too into the confusing parts of all of that, it's really easy to use. You just click this button. Right now, it's actually just gone through and optimized it and told me with this orange line, it's very obvious that Risk Hero can improve this account by quite a bit. So instead of making like 116%, I would have made 314%. So instead of my balance going from 5 grand to 17, it would have went to 37 grand. And all it did was it just traded a different lot size on these trades. So, sometimes it's increasing it over what your original would have been doing. Other times it's decreasing. And sometimes it's even inverting the trade. In this case, it's not, because it says inverting does not help. See, if I say invert, you can see it almost did the same at the end of the day. But it has a built-in optimization, so you can choose best balance, profit factor, or a combination of both. And then you just hit optimize and let it run, and it'll tell you. If it can improve your account, you should pretty much, there's no reason why you shouldn't be running it. And so once it shows you that, you just click here to add Risk Hero to an account. And we charge a monthly fee for this part. This is the only thing besides mirroring my trades that costs in this tool right now. Everything else I've showed you is free. But this is a premium feature because it uses our own algorithms, and you would be able to add it. And once you've added it, it's really easy to apply to an account. As soon as I've run that simulation, all I do is tell it, okay, select an account that will copy you'll copy the mirror trades to. Okay, so let's say I want my new test 3 to copy my Trade Hero beta account. And I've already got the settings there. I just tell it to use them, and I hit OK. And then it's going to automatically apply the settings to mirror, right there, mirror the Trade Hero beta account with the settings that were optimized to my test 3. And the cool thing is, it's going to automatically do all of that. You're not going to have to do anything. And potentially, instead of being this blue line, your account can improve. And there's many different situations. I've seen accounts plugged in that were going downhill, that were losing accounts, that it was able to turn into a winner. So it's really just something you need to try out. Plug your accounts in, select each one, and go through and see which ones it can improve. Okay, here's one. It decided to invert. So instead of losing almost 10%, it would have made about 4%. Okay, so try playing around with that. There's a lot of things it can do. Just depending on what your account looks like, it will determine the best settings. Okay, only one more tab, and then we've got the coming soon, where we just kind of talk about what we're working on. And the charting tabs on that new version that we'll be releasing, where you can have the charting tab built in. That'll be coming out soon here. But the quote board is really straightforward. You've got it automatically by default loads the top currency pairs for each account you've added. If you want more pairs or less, you just right-click and go Symbols. And there's a list of all of your accounts. You can go in and turn on or off the ones you want to see, or you can right-click and say Show All for this account, or Hide All for this account. Okay, so I could go through here and do that for all of them if I want, and then just go back and turn on just the ones I want. Just right-click and go through here, and you'll see it cleaning them up. Okay, so that's how you do that. Now I'm only going to see the symbols for that account, and then I could even just go in and say I only want certain currencies. You know, you can customize it. And then here's the key, or the thing you need to remember is you're only going to be able to trade the currencies that you have listed in the quote board. If you try to go open a new order, you're going to see it. It's only going to list the ones you have. Which is, we did that on purpose because you don't want to have to skim through 100 different currencies if you only trade 2 or 3. So it makes it so it's easy to find the ones you want to trade on your order window. Okay, and then now that I've turned off the others, you can see they're not there, so I'd have to go in and turn those on. Okay, and so on the quote board we have a little arrow that just tells you which direction the last tick was. So if it was green, that means the last price movement was up. Red, it was down. You can see the current spread in full pips. You can see the last time quote that quote was made, and then you've got the little alert button here, and that's where you can turn on alerts for whatever currency pairs you want. You can tell it a notification just means do a pop-up on your screen. Play sound with that. You can choose a custom sound file. You've got email. You can have it send you an email, and you got SMS. Choose or type in your phone number, choose your carrier, and it will text message you. You can test it to make sure everything's working. Hit OK, and you've got a price alert. You just tell it bid greater, less, ask greater. You can specify the price, and then you're ready to go. And then you've got options. In options here, you can you'll be able to see those alerts. Let me just go put one in really quick. We'll just do a notification alert. Okay, you know it already hit right there. There's the little notification pop-up. See how that shows up in the bottom right? So there's notification. Let's do another one where I move it a little further away for testing. Okay, so now it shows up in here as enabled, so you can disable it. You can right-click on it to edit it or delete it as well. Well, there's a lot of stuff we kind of reviewed and went over. We're going to actually change this tab as well in the next version to a Notes tab, where we'll kind of tell you, we'll list out the things that we recently added and the things that we're currently working on, any bug reports. We'll go there as well. And that's pretty much it. So there's a lot of stuff coming. The main thing we're working on right now is charting. That will give us the ability to build in indicators, to build EAs and all kinds of stuff right into this tool. If you have your own suggestion, come down here, click Leave a Suggestion, let us know about it, or if you have a bug to report, go down to Help and click Report Issue, and then type a little message there, and that'll actually send the error logs to us. And we have automatic updates built in, so if there's a new update, it'll automatically run and pop up and tell you if you want to install it. You can also manually check for updates right here. And if you need more help, you can go to here to the help page. I'll probably end up replacing the video at that link with the one we just did here today. So, a lot of stuff to take in, but don't think you have to figure it all out in one day. Of course, we record these. You can go back and review, and I'm hoping to do one of these every month because there's always going to be new stuff. And with the next ones, it won't be so much detail. We'll just go over what's new. Today is the first one, so I kind of wanted to dive in and show you everything. So hopefully you got a handle on how everything works, and let's just go ahead and wrap it up here and go into the Q&A. You can watch the replays at the blog, tradewestforex.com/blog. You can download the tool if you don't have it at tradewestforex.com/informer, and that's where you'll find those links and everything you need. Let's go ahead and get into the Q&A now.